I almost forgot to bring us in again. I was trying to start it out.
You should have done that before you could do that during the intro.
I was doing it, then I forgot, and I was like, right, let's do it.
Okay.
I totally forgot.
I think this is the first time. This is the first time I've been on your show.
Yes, it is. You're
welcome. Oh wow! Okay.
Thank you for coming in at the last minute.
Yeah, no problem.
And Miss Robin.
Yes, thank you for having me back. Always glad to be here. It's like a home away from home, but not the kind that you stay too long to where you get asked to leave,
right? Well, I'll say that's not true because sometimes when you get online with Jenny, it feels like you're on there forever.
Oh, she's never heard that.
No, it's true. Jenny, come on, you can talk.
No, I go quiet. I go shy.
Well, no, like when we're on Messenger or we're on StreamYard in the back on private, you go on. You go. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it.
We've done 4 hours longer shows.
There's my point.
We've done 6-hour shows.
We have enough stuff to talk about. We
not
have
shows.
Unfortunately, I can't be here for 6 hours. So.
Oh no, not shows. I'm on about me and Robin would talk privately, like for.
Oh yeah,
I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
Done it.
I think we did something private. I think we did a show. We did a show or something like that, and all three of us were. Or did I come on when you guys were talking privately?
I think it was private. It had to be privately because I remember some of the things we talked about. God,
you were sitting in the kitchen, I think, as well.
Yeah. No wonder I've lost a bunch of friends.
Yeah, there you go. So how are you?
Chantel. Good.
How are you both?
Good. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm eating dog hair again.
You brought in a foster pup.
I did. Oh my God. I took in. I called him Rupert. Now since I only had him for 4 days, and he's now gone to a 10-star home. I get pictures all day, every day of him.
Oh,
I mean, I only had him for 4 days, but I cried for 2 days when he left.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I'm kind of jealous when I see him, and he's just like perfect. You think when you get a foster dog in, he's just
that's like brilliant. Max is living the life right now.
Is that your
Max?
Maximus. He's living the life right now.
Show us Maximus.
Maximus.
Chantel, we did. We went on a 4.5 video chat, me and Chantel the other night.
There you go.
Look at him.
Max, what are you doing?
Maximus.
He has to be. He can't hear you actually because my headphones. He's like always has to be around me. Always. He follows me everywhere.
He's good.
Everywhere he follows me, and he was at the vet today. I took him to the vet 2 weeks ago, to get a checkup, and just to make sure he's healthy, because the previous owners never took him to the vets.
Ever?
Never.
How old is he?
So the previous owners were not, from what I understand, the previous owners were not very kind to him. So
how old is Maximus?
Maximus is 15 months old. He was born August 9th, 2021.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I don't think he was treated that well. So, and one of the reasons why I think what happened was somebody actually took him from them, and they were getting somebody to take care of him or take him. And which is what I did. And I never thought I would have a dog. I grew up with dogs my whole life. Like most of my childhood and my teen years and part of my adult life. I had dogs, but Max is like, it's unbelievable. He loves everyone. He loves everything. He's not one of those dogs that bark. I think he's barked twice since I've had him.
Is that it?
That's it. And he's very calm. He's very friendly. What he'll do is when he sees somebody, he'll go up to them, sit in front of them, and wait to get petted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not one of those jumpers and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he's been amazing so far. So what's interesting about him is he doesn't like toys.
Oh, does he know how to play?
I don't even think he knows how to play, but he doesn't like toys, but he loves shoes, he loves socks, he loves track pants. I just found out he likes toilet paper rolls.
The good smells. Those are the things that smell really good.
Toilet paper roll he seems to like. Yes. But and the corner of my coffee table he seems to like. Yes. But toys, no. I've tried to play with him. I think he's starting to understand what playing is.
Yeah.
But
he's only a baby.
Yeah, so he wasn't trained on a leash at all. Right. So that was really tough. But he's gotten it. He's got it. Actually taking a 6-week training course with him starting this Saturday.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So
that's really good.
He's pretty well good with everything. I tell him to sit, he sits. If I tell him to go to his bed, he goes to his bed. And other than that,
and you'd think he would be unruly because he didn't have any of that.
No, he had nothing. He had
nothing.
I
bet he was ignored. It sounds like he was kind of like, of course, neglected, but also ignored in the sense of that doesn't get him anything. He can act out or he can do whatever. No one's going to react to him. So he's just to kind of learn not to do anything, probably. Or it could just be part of his personality, I guess.
Yeah, and like I said, he was at the vet today, and because the vet is still going under the COVID rules, they do FaceTime while I was sitting outside in the parking lot while they're doing because they were checking his eyes because he's on medication right now, and he's loving it. He's sitting on the table, everybody's petting him. He's just absolutely adoring it, and he loves the vet. Yeah, I am. But you know what? I asked today how much it was.
Yes, how much is it?
Oh my God. It's like $1,000.
Shut up.
Yeah.
For what? I missed that. For what? Getting him fixed?
To get him neutered. It's $1,000.
That's no. So what is $1,000 in euro? I'm gonna check this out.
I think it's about 800.
Yeah, it does seem expensive. It seems in general expensive.
Well, the funny thing, the real ironic thing about all of that is
yes, you are.
I don't know if it's kind of funny. The doctor's name is Dr. Honest.
I thought his name was going to be like Dr. Nuts or something.
Dr. Honest. So I'm kind of wondering how honest he really is when it comes to his prices.
I don't know if it's almost like $1,000 to get him neutered.
I thought from what I understood, it was like $250, $300.
Well, it's like depends on the breed and the weight of the dog.
Yeah.
They used to go by that here, but I know when we got a cat in to be neutered 2 weeks ago, it was like 170, but that was including the vaccinations and neutering. And it's a male because a male operation is so much quicker and easier, simpler.
Yeah.
No, I won't say simpler, but it's so much
what
easier.
I don't understand is they actually say that you need to get your French bulldog neutered.
Yes.
Because if you don't, they have problems later in life.
What kind of problems did they say?
That I'm not exactly sure about, but they did say that, not them, but other people have said, I have a friend that has a French bulldog and they say they have problems growing up. Now, knowing that, should that not be covered under his insurance? Knowing that there's going to be issues, they don't cover that under the insurance.
That doesn't sound like an insurance company trait.
I think that insurance, it covers things that like accidents.
Yeah.
OTA.
Or medications or medications.
Dental or anything like that. Yeah.
No, it covers medications. Anything emergency wise, it covers.
Yes.
So if he broke his leg now, it would be covered.
It will be covered. Yeah. You have to pay so much.
But if he broke his leg before we got the insurance, it wouldn't be covered.
Because it's going to be reoccurring.
Yeah.
It's going to be reoccurring.
Anyways, no, but he's completely healthy. He's got a beautiful coat. Everything's good with him, except the allergy thing. He definitely has a food allergy. We just don't know what it is.
Now, don't take it from me, but I do know you can give them Piriton. But that's in the summertime and so on. But you want to check with your vet there because I'm not a vet. I work with animals.
Yes,
I do.
I know you
and
do.
so on. but I don't.
No, you
I'm not a
don't.
vet, so I can't give out that. But you can give them Piriton.
Yeah,
So-
he's getting used to the baths too. I've given him 2 baths since I've had him, and
because I know when Chloe, I keep sniffing here, I have a head cold. When Chloe was washing Otis, they named him from Rufus to Otis. Oh, not Rufus, Rupert to, I keep calling him Rufus, and it sounds like something, one of those drugs you put into drink. Hey, Rufus! But probably
I didn't say goat. I said coat.
Coat. He's got a beautiful goat, that Chantel. And this is like, you know me and my Christmas lights?
I don't even know what that is. Are those lights?
Yeah, they were.
They were, but Rupert got them.
Good Lord.
And they weren't even untangled, but Rupert got them. And kind of made sure I didn't get to use them ever. And Kevin the cat is beside me. Chantel is saying I'm going to get one of those hugs next weekend. Miss Chantel is coming over to, she's in the UK at the moment, but she's coming over to Ireland with her granddad Tim next weekend to come, and I'm going to show her some Irish pubs.
So you got the Christmas tree up. Robin, do you have yours up yet?
I do not have mine up yet, but I have thought about it.
Yeah, I thought about it too.
Oh, really?
It left really, really quickly.
I live in a world of LED lights and like multicolored stuff, so it's like I don't. That
tree over here or over there, that's not a Christmas tree. Even then, people say that it looks like a Christmas tree. It's not.
But it will pass.
But I could just I could put an ornament on there and
you could,
hang some things on it.
Yeah,
this here. You can you see a big cluster of lights there?
Yes.
The ones that I didn't get to untangle, it's still a ball of crap.
Oh, so is that why that is?
That's like the big North Star, but the rest of it is untangled. But the one here that's the brightest North Star is the one that's still a ball of lights. And when Chantel comes over, Chantel is going to untangle them for me. Aren't you, Chantel?
Oh, there you go.
There's this part of me that doesn't want to. All my boxes are underneath the big staircase, and I have to get in there and pull them all out and see what's in there and that whole thing. And I feel like just that is going to be enough for me. Like, so I just pass.
Yeah. So do you have a superstition on when you take the tree down?
No, but I've been reprimanded by people before.
Okay, yeah, because I know some people say you in their tradition or superstition or whatever, that it has to be taken down 4 days after Christmas or 4 days after New Year's.
After New Year's, there's some sort of I thought it was the Catholicism or something that had this
4 days
tradition.
after New Year's. Yeah,
it's like, how can Jesus find his way or something? I'm like, Jesus doesn't need to see your tree to find you. Or else we've all been misled. Sorry.
It's funny. It's funny because I took my tree down once right on Boxing Day.
Did you? I took it down on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted my house done and clean.
After Christmas, my mom would take the damn tree and throw it in the front yard. She was like, "We're done." It's so not me. That's
now I'm kind of curious what that means,
because it's not technically like Jesus's birthday. So I don't know why there's such a fuss about when to take it down when everyone agrees, including the hierarchy, the people in charge of various churches around the world agree that he probably was born sometime in March or something like that.
Oh, really?
That the December 25th was just the pagan holiday that the churches took over in order to give the people something to celebrate, because they still wanted to celebrate like they've been doing for thousands of years, right? So they just chose that, like the winter, in the winter you got to do something. So they chose that as the day we celebrate, that humans celebrate Jesus's birth, but it's not actually when he was born. So to me, like to say you have to leave the tree up for a certain amount of time is just like a mental.
I know. And so many people, I mean, I did have my tree up 1 year until March.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, there's that.
I just
me too. That was just utter laziness. I just didn't want to take it down.
I lived privately, and I just said, I like it. I like my tree.
Yes.
But then this one here, because my computer table was always over there where the tree is.
Yeah. So I was. Yeah, that's why I say I was a little thrown off when we first got on here, but in the back of the room, because. Yeah, that threw me completely off.
I know. So I'm not putting my computer table back there because driving me insane. So I have plans for that side.
Nice.
What do you got going on the TV?
Yeah, what is that? Is that a Christmas?
I paused EastEnders.
You what?
I was watching EastEnders. It's a UK soap.
Oh, okay. So is it on pause?
I haven't paused yet.
Okay.
I was watching it earlier. There's Mr. Raymond. Raymond, if you want to come in, let me know.
Mr. Raymond.
Raymond, I'll send you the link if you want to come in.
Even
jump
though
on in. I'll send you.
I haven't talked to him before. I don't.
Oh, Raymond's great. Raymond's a great guy.
Raymond, let me know in the comments there if you want to jump in, and I'll send you the link.
Right.
Now,
I was going to say the Christmas lights. I'll leave mine up on the porch until March or April because if there's still snow outside, it's and it's still cold. They look good. You know, it gets dark here. It'll be dark at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and like you want the lights, and it just makes you. I think it just makes you feel better. It makes me feel better.
I leave the lights up all year, right?
I don't care if people consider them Christmas or what lights. You know, it's just their winter lights.
Yeah, that's the only thing I regret. That's the only thing I regret living in a condo. And I've been living in a condo for the last probably 12 years, 14 years. And I miss putting Christmas lights up on front of your house.
Yeah.
You know, I miss that.
I
love that.
I did that.
That's my minimum thing. Like even if I don't do anything inside, I do it for the neighbor. I do it for myself and for the neighbors. They have kids. I have kids on both sides of me on the houses, either side. And let me tell you, in the dark, in the winter, how many times have me or my husband pulled into the wrong drive? We have these shared driveways. We're not used to that, actually. So when we moved up here, there's these shared driveways, and we'll be halfway up the driveway and go, oh my God, we're in the neighbor's driveway. Back up. They're probably standing in their window laughing their ass off at us right now. But
they come again. Here comes Robin Bell.
And yes, our houses look different, but I'm telling you, when it's super dark, you're like, and you're
I
tired.
went to put my lights up last weekend. There's Jillian. Happy birthday, Jillian. It's our birthday today.
Happy birthday.
When she sees Miss Tilly, I have to show you a picture of a dog, Tilly.
See, even when Raymond is eating dinner, he's watching podcasts. The man is everywhere.
I'm going to send you the link now, Raymond. I'm going to send you the link.
Everywhere. Every time I see a podcast and I go into it and I come in, there's Raymond. Raymond's there.
If I ever have a podcast like of my own, I'll be like, at least I know Raymond will be there.
And there's another person that seems to be coming into a lot of podcasts lately as well, and that would be Ashley.
Ashley. Well, I sent the link on to Nando as well.
Yeah.
I did. I sent it on to him. So I don't know if he's still there or not. Okay, I sent Raymond the link there now. Where's Ashley?
Ashley's under Raymond.
Let me see. Oh, I do. Hi, Ashley. Yeah. Oh, I've seen Ashley before. I did.
Yes. She is actually, it's actually kind of funny because when I first saw Ashley the first time in one of the podcasts, we talked in the background, like after the show. She messaged me. I think she messaged me or I messaged her or whatever. And she was looking for a group. And so I got her in contact with Raymond. And she's now part of Raymond's group, his paranormal team.
Cool. That's brilliant.
Yeah. So I was able to connect those two.
That's brilliant.
They live in, I think she's about 2 hours away from him, but they kind of live in the same area. Obviously, they live in Kentucky, but so it was nice to be able to get those two together. And
that's awesome.
And because she was really interested in joining a team.
Nice. So, I just thought, since you're talking about it, I would love to throw out there that I love working with as many different people as possible. And I do travel. So if you know anybody in the Northeast, that wouldn't mind having
Northeast where?
Northeast United States. Sorry.
Okay, so what would that be? I wouldn't know what that would be.
I'm around the capital of New York. I'm around Albany. I'm like 20, 30 minutes north. So I'm close.
Oh, I do know somebody that might be interested.
Yeah.
And he lives in Connecticut. And that would be AJ.
Nice. Yeah, I love going and seeing new places, meeting new people, watching their techniques, watching what they do. I also film, of course. I'd be happy to if they ever needed to film for them. But I want to go to as many different places with many different people as possible because I find like I learn something every time. I don't care if you've been doing this is your first day or you've been doing it for 20 years. I'm like, aha, I'll pick up something. And I just really enjoy that. And I love people.
Yeah, and I get that, and I apologize for this segue. That's one of the reasons why I did Global Ghost Hunt.
Oh yeah.
So
Yes.
teams from all over the world can see other teams investigating and
Yeah.
seeing their skills, their techniques, and
Yes.
how they investigate. And it's great. It's a great learning tool. It really is.
Yeah.
And
It is.
I hope more people join, because it is going to
Yes.
be a good event. And if you're interested in the Global Ghost Hunt, go over to globalghosthunt.com and sign your team up and your location if you have one.
What day?
And,
What day is that going to be? What night?
It's going to be between May 4th and May 14th. It's going to be 10 days.
Nice. Okay.
So you
Yes.
have a choice out of those 10 days, what day you want for your investigation. So, and the great thing is the administration team will be also investigating as well. So, and, you know, I don't know if they know this or not, because Jenna is a supervisor. The everyone on the admin team will also be getting thumbnails and videos as well. So they
Yes.
can promote
Yeah.
themselves and their haunted location.
So that's when it's starting in March. Excuse me. It's starting in May,
Yes.
like what Brian said.
May
10
4th
days,
to May 14th.
Okay.
and then in October.
And then in October 19th to the 29th.
29th.
And the great thing is, if see, I'm not I know a lot of people out there are big believers in this, especially in the paranormal field. I'm on the fence about it, but it just happens that May 5th is the start of the thinning of the veil.
What?
So if you are a believer in that, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I had a conversation with somebody last night about it. I'm just on the fence about it. My personal feeling is, you know, if it's haunted, it's haunted. Everywhere it's haunted 24 hours a day. And
Yeah.
I don't think
Yes, I
thinning
do
of the
think
veil
that.
is going to make any kind of difference.
Is that some sort of solstice or something, like you know, some sort of cosmic events or something? Otherwise,
I guess you could say that. I guess
you.
you can say that the energy is different in the air.
okay.
Oh, this Shane.
You know,
Hi,
there's a lot
Shane.
of different things, and but
Maybe some people need that quote unquote thinning, or maybe they need the idea in order to open themselves up just a little bit more. Maybe it's more of a
and then
psychological thing. Like, well, if the veil's thinner, then surely I'll be able to communicate tonight, and maybe just that openness facilitates it. Yeah. I don't know. I can.
And then the thinning of the veil in October starts on the 28th.
Yeah.
So we just happen to be around the thinning of the veil in these two different events, which is great for people that believe in that. So yeah. So anyhow,
when were you both last out investigating? Or when are you going back out? I think I'm back out.
It's funny. The same person I asked last night asked me, because the thinning of the veil is starting for December, right? I forget the date. It starts in December.
Oh my God, is there one every month? I can't do all this.
No, I don't think there's one every month, but there is one starting in December. I don't know the date it starts.
Okay, I was just joking.
What is the date? Do you know, Jenny?
So say that to me again.
The thinning of the veil in December. There is a thinning of the veil in December.
I don't know, but I can look it up.
The last time I went out was when I was in Tennessee. I was with Raymond, who's going to be coming up. We did Bobby Mackey's.
Oh, great!
And after that, Patty Adams was with us, and then Adam Burton was with us. So we did Octagon Hall as well. Yeah. Wow. If you ever have the opportunity to go to Octagon Hall, go. Don't even think about it. Don't say, you know what, I'll let you know. Just go.
Okay.
You will not be disappointed with Octagon Hall. We were there for almost 14 hours, and it was nonstop from the time we got there, from the time we left.
Really?
There was something happening all the time.
Did it feel darker to you, or did it feel like
no, it wasn't dark at all. It wasn't dark at all. But when we first walked in, me and Adam were standing at the front door listening to the tour guide, and it sounded like somebody was being dragged along the floor in the basement.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was anybody that's listening right now, if you have the opportunity to go to Octagon Hall,
I heard about it.
Don't even think about it. And you know what? The great thing was, we were there for almost 14 hours. It cost us $300.
That's fantastic. Yeah,
That's
with
it.
a lot of the places getting so pricey, that's a great
Yeah,
deal.
it's $300,
is.
and
That's not bad, actually. That's what Gillian's saying. It's the 21st of December.
yes, that's what I'm thinking. The winter solstice. Thank you.
21st of December.
Yeah,
How I didn't
thank
know
you.
that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Raymond, welcome.
Raymond.
Hello.
Raymond.
How are you?
Raymond, I have to ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you sleep?
Not much.
No, I didn't think so. So when there's a podcast, you're there. Even when you're eating dinner, you're there. What is
Yeah, I
going
was laying on my lap.
What is going on with you? It's like you have Facebook open 24 hours a day.
Not
That's a
24,
good
but
thing.
close.
Yeah.
I've retired from all of that now, so Raymond has taken over from my part. So I'm going to bed when they're on and say, Jenny, and I'm like, nope, I'm asleep. Nope, not here. You cannot see me. I'm asleep. And so I'm watching it in the background, but I'm saying nothing. So Raymond, you can take over. Thank you. You're not paying
No
enough,
problem.
Jenny. No, I'm not. Well, I'm not. But I will. I need to write these dates down and put them on my calendar. I know I'm really bad at it. You're not paying enough. No.
I like
I
that you
didn't
put
even
your
know
name
that
as
was
Abby
happening.
Normal. That's cool.
Huh?
Our input's more
What's his name?
susceptible to
Raymond, his
connecting
name.
to the spirit world. Can
I
I?
was
Okay, I have an opinion about empaths. Can I say it?
Yeah, go for it.
Now, I don't want anybody to get mad at me when I say this.
Oh, they will, but go on. I don't even know what you're going to say, but
you're being too nice. Yeah.
I think empaths is a bunch of malarkey.
Why do you think that? Why do you think it?
Everybody has empathy. Everybody
Yeah,
has
I
empathy.
know.
everybody has intuition.
You know,
Yeah.
everybody
Right.
has empathy. And
When people say
I
to me,
just think,
are you an empath? And I'm like, what do I feel if someone's sad?
you know what?
or
I
if
really
sad
don't
or
think
sad?
there's. I don't really think there's such a thing. as empath.
Maybe some are more than others, because I know some cold-hearted people that really don't care if someone's upset or if someone's happy or if someone's depressed or anything like that. Some cold-hearted people, but then you get people that I feel your pain, and I know where you've been. I know where you are because I've been there, and I'm going to make it better or help you make it better. Rather than add to it, if that makes sense. So
empathy is different than sympathy, and then maybe we're confusing being someone who says I'm empathetic to someone who may have psychic tendencies, or psychic.
Like I'm a sensitive. That I know. That I am.
You know that.
But when it comes to empathy, I just think it's a word that everybody has empathy. Whether you're talking about that person that's really cold-hearted, I guarantee that person has some kind of empathy towards something.
Yes.
And I don't know.
It's just not toward people.
Or towards maybe they see other people made out of stone.
Hey, it might be
more toward
he might
animals.
have a gun. And he might have empathy for his gun, for God's sakes. Who knows?
That's right.
Or animals, for whatever. But I think you have your psychics. I think you have your mediums. I think you have your sensitive. And I think anybody and everybody has empathy. So in some way, you have some empathetic tendencies that you're able to sense something in that room because of your empathy. I'm sorry. And I just
feel like you're human. It's human nature, I think,
It's human
as
nature.
well.
It's the same way most of us can walk in. Most of us, not all of us, can walk into a room and realize that there has just been laughter, or there's just been an argument, or that's thing. That's a lot of that is intuition. It is primal, and it's part of our survival. So we have to have that. We've had to have that for a very, very long time in order to survive as long as we have. We've had to have it. So, and some people
couldn't you correlate the two together? Like you always hear that twins always feel something in that another twin is feeling. I know you are, and that's why I'm bringing it up. So,
I know you are.
But I'm just saying, like, you're going to have empathy towards your twin and your twin back. That doesn't mean you have powers. That doesn't mean
it doesn't. But we are all capable of feeling those small electrical impulses that we all admit from our from our bodies, and we may be trained to attune more to certain people. Like if you're with your twin all the time and you're gestated together, you're born together, you may be very sensitive to those small electrical fluctuations, and that may be
when we were younger, and I still get on to Vicky about this, she always says, if she introduces me to people, or she just says, oh, here's my sister Jenny, and I'd say, hi, I'm Vicky's twin. And I'd say to Vicky, say twin. Well, sisters are sisters, but say twin. I'm your twin. She just says twin. And then when we're younger, oh my gosh, if anyone went near Vicky, oh the Lord, I would have gone to prison. If anyone went near Vicky or upset Vicky,
right.
Vicky would be different I wouldn't know. She would do the same for me, but I would be the one that would go to prison, and she'd probably be in the court saying, I promise she wasn't there.
But you can tell by her face, right? The smallest movement of her face that something's changed, right? Happy, sad, upset, don't like this person, ooh, yay, French fries, whatever, right? Just the smallest glint of a hint. And I think some of us are very attuned to that sort of thing. Like I love interrogation and stuff like that. I will ask questions, and I am a good interviewer, that sort of thing, like when I'm hiring someone or something like that. But when someone's lying to you, some of us are like, I'm a human lie detector. Do you know why? Because we are attuning to the tiny little tells that people give off from their body and their face when they're talking to us, where their eyes move, how they blink, do they touch their nose, do they cover their mouth. Even those are the more visual type of things. But, some of us are really good at picking up those very small hints.
Yeah, well, and I believe that. And I've gone on investigations and brought people on an investigation with me. They don't have anything like that. But when they walk into, for example, the church that I've taken a few people to, they don't have any sensitive mediumship, psychic abilities at all. But when they walk in there, they go, well, yeah, it feels weird in here. Well, that's not because you're an empath. That's because of your instinct. That's because of your gut feeling. Yeah. That's because, of those things. And he can't say, okay, well, I felt like something was in there. Something's in there. I guess I'm an empath. No, you're not.
This might fall over into the more of the psychic thing, but I don't call myself any of that stuff either. Yeah. I'm happy to wear the t-shirt for Sweet Springs, right? Resort. I forget where that is.
I know where that's at.
West Virginia. It's a great place. And I don't consider myself anything. We're walking around this. I'm actually filming 2 other people for their show. And I walk in, and I guess I started doing something weird. And the female was like, what's going on with you? Speak, say stuff. And I was like, actually, I just see this little old lady who probably has dementia. She'll spit on you, bite you, throw her feces at you, and they get pissed off at her, and they march her down the hall, and they spray her down in the showers and all this stuff. And her name's Sadie. I said all this stuff. Well, Mike, who was there, Mike Hatcher was there. He went down to the person who was running the whole thing and kind of threw this story out. And she said they actually have documents of a little old lady who they don't know if she had dementia, but she would bite, scratch, and attack. And I saw her get under her bed and hold on to the springs under her bed, and they would try to pull her out. I saw all of that. That's actually documented. And he said, now tell me what her name is. And they said it was Sadie something. And I was like, holy shit.
Well, the big problem, and I get what Jillian's saying and stuff like that, but the big problem is nowadays people are calling themselves an empath because they have nothing else.
Yes.
And they want to be, I don't know why they do it. Maybe they feel like they need to do it to stand out or make them feel like they're special or something like that. I think sometimes it's overdone, overused. And
I kind of agree a bit as well, because when I said before, like people say to me, are you an empath? Yeah. And I'm like, well, what?
Of course. You know what? I went to my phone today. Like obviously everybody does.
I
tapped on the phone and I saw there was a message in Messenger for me. So I opened it up and there's Howard and it says nipples.
At least it didn't say Sparky.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jillian, for that clear sentence.
Or Mr. Zipper.
Mr. Zipper.
Yes.
The phantom zipper.
Yeah, everybody's. It seems like everybody.
But I agree with that, and that doesn't just happen in the paranormal It doesn't. There, I think, with of course social media and having access to everyone at all times, all around the world, that we all are trying to find. And I say we, I mean the human race, trying to find a way to make ourselves special. And if we like hanging out in the paranormal, well, we're an empath. If we like hanging out, and dance thing, well, then I'm a dancer. You know what I mean? It's like I've got to be the best one, and that sort of thing. I think it's just a way to try to sparkle just a little bit amongst this sea of disgusting humanity. I don't know why I said that, but I think I guess
I don't know. In the last 5
Well,
years,
I like hanging out with books, and that's because I'm a reader.
There
nerd.
You go. Yeah.
See, there you
Extremely.
It's almost like saying I read all kinds of
normal.
books, so that means I'm a writer.
As soon as I saw that you
Well, I
wrote
write
that,
too,
that'd
so.
be normal. I was like, looks like we.
I'm a writer because I write.
That's right.
Oh, what's this now, Gillian? They want to
Yeah,
sound
well,
better
that's
than the
kind of
next
what I was
person.
saying, yeah.
That's all it is. You don't know
Yes.
they're all professional once they have a K2 or a REM pod.
Yeah, I can pass on that.
Yeah, I have.
Gillian
I
loves
brought
those.
in
I
a
know
guy.
she loves them.
I brought in a guy that to
kill
the
me.
church, and he goes. As soon as he walked in, he said, "Wow, this like coming from outside to inside, it was completely like walking into two different worlds."
Mhm.
He said it was like nice outside, and then you're coming in here, and it's like thick.
Yes,
It's
you
like-
can feel the
like
thickness.
walking
Yeah.
through-
Well,
it's like walking through butter. And he goes,
Yeah.
and he said to me, he goes, "I have nothing. I have no abilities whatsoever. And I'm not psychic. I'm not a medium. I have no sensitive abilities. I'm not an empath." He said all those things. But when he walked in there, it was like, holy crap. And that was just because of energy.
The energy, that's what I'm saying
that's that
about you
fight or
walking
flight
through and
kicking in.
know if there's been an
Yeah, yes.
argument. That's that survival instinct that we are, it's built into our brain, into our brain stem so that we can live. So that whole like, things just changed.
Eileen wanted Gillian to explain the word, please. The
Clarsentience?
that's the one.
Clarsentience.
I'm having trouble talking.
I had to look it up here now.
Words.
Sorry, Jenny, don't kill me. It is, Eileen, it is the ability to perceive emotional or psychic energy that is perceptible to the 5 standard senses.
Okay.
So I rely on my gifts of empathy, clairsentience, and clairvoyance to tune into my. Okay, so it's like perceive emotional or psychic energy that is imperceptible.
I like what she said there.
This is where
I bought a lamp last week, so I'm a lampologist now.
Exactly. Right. That's yes.
Oh yeah,
Lampologist.
she said that before.
That's awesome.
And then we could go on with this a little bit, at least for speaking of the paranormal field. And there's this whole argument that it doesn't matter how long that you've been in the field or not. Like I was saying, I like to investigate with everybody, whether it's your first day or you've been doing it 25 years.
Yeah.
And some people do like to call themselves experts, and people get really mad and they ruffle their feathers and they're like, "There's no experts in this field." But you know what? There are people with years of experience. And I don't care if, we've all met like doctors that seem to be crap, right? So you're like, well, I wouldn't necessarily call them an expert, but they are a doctor. They have some experience.
Well, like I was saying earlier, the vet that takes care of my dog. His name is Dr. Honest. So I'm kind of wondering if he's really that honest because his bills are outrageous.
Oh, geez. Right. I tell you, Gillian, I asked Gillian to come on, but she's going to bed. But
stirring fast.
Gillian, I tell you.
Yeah. But like what
I'm sorry if I'm stirring
about that is the part about having those 20-something years experience, which I do, like 25-something years.
Crap.
It's when you start solidarity, when you start saying that you know have the answers. I think that's when things kind of go awry, and you're like, oh, you could have a lot of experience, but that doesn't mean you know everything, because if you knew everything, none of us would have to be here anymore. Thanks.
Well, that's it. When we just hang up our recorders and the K2 and the
that's right. Oh, old Joe Blow knows everything.
So let's establish this then. There's not an expert in anything in life.
We're always learning.
We have experience.
Yes.
We're not experienced. Like Raymond's a writer. Doesn't mean he's an expert in writing.
No,
But
You
he's
know,
got a good amount of experience.
Jenny is,
I'm decent,
takes
but
care
I'm
of
not an
animals.
expert.
Doesn't mean she's an expert in animals.
No.
Robin, I'm not sure, and myself, whatever. But we're not an expert in anything. Nobody is, and that's in any field.
We just have experience, and
we have experience.
And experience.
I would never call myself an expert in the, because I know I'm not.
No.
I know I'm
but
not.
I'll tell you happily how much experience I have. But I think when you start saying you're an expert and all that, I'm just like, I really just kind of like, what is it? Swipe
I'm an
left.
expert in
Right?
bullshit.
Some people have put up
How
before
about
that
that?
Jenny,
We're an expert in sarcasm.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm
Yes.
glad. Like, it's really great to meet you. You're going to be investigating over here. I'm going to go as
Yeah.
far that direction as I possibly can, because I'm sure there's something interesting for me too.
Well, you see, in the paranormal field, we all have one part of the paranormal field that we love. And I remember, because I just love audio work. And I remember someone doing a post for me and said, an expert in audio. And I'm like, no, don't big me up, because I'm shit. I'm not shit. I like what I do, and I'm good at what I do, but I still need ears, second ears, third ears, fourth ears,
And all four of us might test out differently on, our hertz range and all that sort of stuff. And I might hear like something, you might hear something else, or we're listening in different, or I could just pass it to you and you go, oh yeah, this is here, or it's not here.
Yeah, we all have a cliche and niche in the paranormal field. It just makes us experience. No way in any shape or form an expert in it. It just means you have your cliche in.
Yeah. So like Raymond's a writer. I like editing. It's both in the writing genre, but we have our, little niche of experience, but not necessarily expertise. So, that's like picking at it. But at the same time, it really just, I can't with the expert.
I love helping people, but doesn't mean I'm an expert in helping people.
Right. And we've all had that person where you're like, just let me do it. Go ahead.
There's actually it's a name. There is a name for it. I can't recall the name. When I see somebody, it's in trouble.
Yeah.
Or somebody that needs help. For some reason, I'm there. There is a name for it. I can't recall what the name is.
Like chivalry?
Not
necessarily.
No, I don't think it's chivalry. But there is a name for it. And that happened a lot when it came to relationships as well. If I saw somebody that was damaged.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're a fixer. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, that's who I am.
Yeah.
But I'm not an expert in it.
Right. I don't think
You're like, obviously.
Nice, Raven. I can always count on you to,
Throw
if I
the
ever need a confidence builder, I know who not to go to.
Right.
If I message Raymond and said, Raymond, I need a confidence build, Raymond would probably make a joke or something sarcastic.
He did.
I got you, brother.
Yeah, I know you do. It's all good. Jenny, what are you looking for?
I'm
Don't worry.
I was looking up. What'd you say?
Don't worry. There's no show going on or anything.
Take your time.
Sorry. No. I was looking up something. I was literally looking up something.
Okay.
Let me get close, see if you can hear the marbles roll around. No, they must have fell out. Never mind.
No, that's funny.
I never answered the question about where we've been lately.
That's the original question.
The original question, and I've recently started. I've had this idea for a while, like shoot this show, and I've tried it a couple of times, and then I decided just to go and do it myself and get a pilot done and that sort of thing. And that is called Anima Una, which means one soul, and that means traveling, set up, investigate the whole place alone, and then of course pack this shit up and load it back up by yourself, which seems like a great idea until you're like, But anyway, so
you were supposed to go to Hinsdale House, weren't you?
I was going to go to Hinsdale House, absolutely. And I was in the car, I was in the truck about to the end of my driveway, and Dan Kleiss calls and says, there's been a double booking. And which happens, it's fine. He's switching booking systems or whatever, so I imagine it's done now. Anyway, these people who had booked with also, or someone else had booked it, had already been driving for some hours. It's like 5 hours, 4.5 for me, not very far. And so he goes, would you care to go to Wildwood Sanitarium, which in Salamanca, New York? And I was like, absolutely. Of course. I love that place. And I've been a lot. And I was like, I can do that. And, so driving for the first like hour, I was like, why did I have to reschedule? But then I started really getting into it and thinking this is perfect for me since I do know it a little bit better. It is a little bit more work with setup or whatever, but I decided that I would go do it. And I ended up having a completely different experience than I have ever had anywhere. Like the moods of that house, and it does have moods. And that's where I would start saying, here comes the empathic thing that I don't think I was feeling it. I feel like it was giving me these feelings of each floor. And it was just a very strange and unusual time. And I don't think I'm actually going to use it for the pilot. But you know what happened was personal growth.
Okay.
And I had people say, "How you're going to go alone? You're going to go by yourself? What's going to happen? What's going to happen to you?" And I was like, nothing, like physically, like nothing. No one's ever been, killed there. No, nothing, at least in the paranormal world that I'm aware of, and all of that. Like I'm going to be fine, and I knew that, and so I went through from basement to third floor and back again. And each floor had its own flavor. And since I'm not going to use it like for a show or anything, I have to say, like, I started in the basement. I started off in the basement. And what was really funny, I was like kind of explaining to the building, like what I was doing there and what I was going to do that time. And I really feel like they remember me because we've got a little history.
Yeah.
And one of the best EVPs I got was right off the bat. And I wish I could have made it into a video so you guys could hear. It's funny. It's pitch black and I'm filming and I'm like, oh, what am I doing here? I feel like a crazy person. I say something like that. And the EVP comes back and it's the same man that's always down there. And he goes, "Oh, you're doing fine." That was the EVP.
Oh, girl.
You're doing fine, honey.
You're
It's
doing
okay.
fine. Like, calm down, calm your tits down. You're doing fine. That sort of thing. And every floor had its own flavor. And I won't go into every single thing, but I realized almost towards the end and a lot while I had that 4.5, 5 hour drive home, that it was more cathartic and it was more like a personal growth situation. And if you can take it, if you're one of those people that can do something alone, I suggest a location that maybe is not physically dangerous, like isn't falling apart or where if you ran, you're not going to roll down the stairs or anything like that. But if you go to a place where you feel kind of safe, like I do at Wildwood, I would highly suggest it because I learned a lot but just about myself, not necessarily paranormal, even just, although I was quite affected the whole night. I just highly recommend it. I just feel like a better person because I did it.
Affected in what way?
Oh, when I was in the house, like I was saying, each floor had its own mood that night. Like the basement was super friendly. The first floor, there was just it was neutral in the sense of there was a lot of noises, a lot of knocking and walking, but there usually is a lot of walking on where the dining room table, the first floor there. And then the second floor was highly emotional to me. I have no feelings. I cried. I freaking sat at that seance table and started crying and right. But this is like being up there for probably almost 2 hours, whatever. And I started feeling like I was like, what's happening? What's happening? And I realized it's an emotion. And I cried. I just felt despair and sadness. That's all. I just felt lost, like the deep, dark hole of sadness. So I moved on to the third floor where there was a lot of anger. And it took me a while to figure out like why I was pissed off, because I was just pissed off. And this is another reason I don't want to use any of the footage, because I do look like a crazy person. And this whole thing, I'm like, ha ha ha, this is great. Ooh, I'm crying. No, I'm mad. But
I always look like a crazy person. It's fine.
It is okay. But then I realized that there's something on that third floor that when it's done with you, there's several things up there, but one of them seems to be more like get out ish, like you'll feel it come down the hallway and you'll feel the energy like get out. And I realized that I don't leave and it knows that. So all it could make me do was feel how it felt. Like, here's this
Okay.
bitch. Here's this. Like, I'm so mad at you.
Ever at one point, Robin, ever at one point that you felt like, shit, I gotta get out of here. I have to leave. Or were you just going to be you and just stand your ground?
Well, yeah. No, not technically. No, I never really felt that way, except right when I walked in the front door. You have a picture of this doll. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, let me put it up. Is this
and there is a doll room there, and I'm filming, and you hear me say again, like, because I'm in the doll room, I'm like, I feel like a crazy person for being in here because I'm so scared of dolls.
Is this one that you put up on the?
I walked in alone, yeah, and this thing is just sitting looking right at the front door, and I'm like, really?
Oh,
so I picked it up and took a picture, and I was like, thank you to whoever.
Can we get that
No
sent
way.
to Brian?
No way. Take that off the
Right.
screen. No way.
Thank
Take
you.
that off the screen.
That's how I felt when I walked in. I was
Good
like, oh, is this the
Lord.
flavor of what's going to happen tonight? You know,
Put it back up
God.
there.
Oh,
bullshit. Whoever did this, and I wanted to look at the little book, the little sign-in book, and say, like, who was the last person
Okay.
here? Because I'm gonna
seriously.
get them on Jenny's show, and I'm gonna ambush them and say, why would you do something like that? Why?
Yeah. Get him on.
I want to answer this. What Chris said.
Yes.
Have you South Pittsburgh, Tennessee?
Oh.
Or Harriman haunted? As far as I know, I'm going to be going back down to Tennessee, either in March or April, and I think we're going to try to hit South Pittsburgh Hospital. I think that's one of the places we're going to try to do. The only unfortunate thing about this place, if Chris is still in the room, the rules have changed there a little bit. One, if you're planning to do a video and you plan to put it up somewhere, you have to pay an extra $150. Also, if you're going to do that, you have to send them the raw footage, and then you have to send them the edited footage that you're going to be putting it up. And if you don't agree to this, then you will not be investigating there. So, and the reason why that happened is because two idiots went in there, faked a video, and faked a video, and they got caught.
Kobe.
Who?
Sam Kobe.
No.
Really? Wow.
It was Omar and Nuthead from who lives about 25 minutes from me. What's his name again? Well, what's his name again?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to these people.
My mind just went blank. Mo Sargi.
Right. Well, that sucks that they made all these rules just because
of those two
people. That's
So if you're going in there, be prepared that, and you have to sign a form.
That's a lot.
To that.
I mean,
an extra $150 to put up a video.
Yeah. No.
Like, seriously?
To be honest with you, I'm not. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it.
They're really
I do want to try to do Octagon Hall in April, first week.
Yeah, you know what? You're not going to regret it, man. I'm telling you. I don't know why that place isn't more booked. And you know what?
I'll roll in there by myself. You know me.
And you know the funny the funny thing about that place, or the great thing, is if you just want a tour of the place, it's $5.
Nice.
It's $5.
Well, that's okay. I would do the tour.
And guarantee you're going to hear something, because I was downstairs in the basement. We were doing part of the tour, and all of a sudden I heard a girl scream.
Wow.
Did you really?
And I'm hoping I caught it on camera. Now the story is there's a girl that died in the basement because she was cooking soup by a fire, and one of the flames came out, or whatever, ambient or whatever you want to call them, hit her dress and set her clothes on fire. And she severely burned, and she lived for 7 days until she died. And I heard a scream, and it sounded like a scream from somebody who was in pain.
So you hear that yourself?
Crazy. It's crazy. I was standing in one room, and I've told this story before. I don't know if you heard this, Jenny, but I was standing in one room, and there's a long table where you set up all your equipment. And so you got your long table, and over here there's a cabinet with two glass doors, with the wood glass doors.
Yeah.
And so I was standing here, probably about 5 feet away from it, and then Adam was standing over here, and all of a sudden I heard something, and I looked over, and the cabinet door was moving. Just one door, not both, just one door. And it looked like somebody was trying to open it. And I looked at Adam. Adam looks at me, and I go, "Did that just happen?" And of course, what do you think happened? We didn't have our cameras going at that time.
Oh no!
That's how it usually happens.
Yeah, because we were setting up at this point, and the place is absolutely crazy. Okay, so they're downstairs in the basement. There's a kitchen. There's also another room. It's called the tack room, and they've got like all kinds of different things, like saws and chains and all those type of things hanging on the wall.
Sounds like the ink room to me.
Yeah, it sounds to make it obviously look creepy. So anyways,
hang up in the wall.
Saws and chains and all kinds of hacksaws and just a lot of different things. So I was standing outside of the room, and all of a sudden I heard a clink of a chain.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked in. So we walked in the room because I heard this clink, and one of the chains was moving.
Oh, wow.
Now, no wind, no nothing downstairs in the basement. It was just moving. Even Patty said, that chain is moving. And yeah, so why did all of a sudden we get down there and the chain is moving? We heard a clink. And it was super, super weird. Now, what's really crazy about this place, and Bear will probably tell you, he's the tour guide. He goes by the name of Bear. He goes, listen for the dogs next door.
Oh.
If you hear the dogs barking, something is happening.
No, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my God.
So, and
I hate to run, but I've got to go cut a boy's hair, so I will talk to you all later.
wait a minute. You cut hair too?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You cut hair too.
I cut
Now,
my
do
own
you
hair.
just use the clippers?
He's an expert.
Yeah.
Duh.
I'm not an expert. No.
Of course.
I am an expert.
Are you?
I cut hair for 13 years.
Did you?
I was a hairstylist for 13
Didn't you
years.
see his hair? It looks lovely.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
lovely.
Show us
I
your
do
hair.
it myself. I do it myself.
I do mine. Not really.
But
I
I
do.
love you all. Brian,
Raymond,
brother,
thank
I'll
you so
talk to you
much for
later.
coming in.
It's nice to meet you, Raymond.
Thanks for having me.
Take
Talk
care.
to
Okay,
you
see you
later,
later.
Raymond.
Talk to you
Thank
soon,
you.
Raymond.
See you later.
Bye.
Ciao.
Brian, show us your hair again.
I have no hair. I shave
Black
it off.
thereof.
I shave it off. Wax on, wax off.
Wax it. I started off doing my hair by my dog clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I use
that's really bad.
trimmers, and then I have this thing that I got from Amazon. It's got 4 blades on it. And
Oh,
then I
yeah.
just go over my head and gets right down to my down to my scalp there.
Nice.
It's great.
Take
It's
it
great.
off.
But you know what? The problem is what people don't realize. Yes, it's easier. Yeah, hairologist for sure. So what people don't realize, they think this is high maintenance. Like you got to do this every 2 days. You know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Yes, keeping bald is high maintenance.
it's
stuff.
very high maintenance. Like for
wouldn't
women
understand.
to have short hair that like
Right,
short
right.
hair, it's high maintenance.
I decided because I had female, they call it female hair alopecia. So I'm like,
Oh, really?
"Geez, yes, I
Interesting.
did, due to stress and genetics and so on.
Yeah.
And I spent way too much money
Yeah.
on hair specialists, hair doctors, hair pieces, and so on and so on. And I said, nah, do you know what? My clippers were plugged in.
I have
and
I have alopecia too.
Yeah,
Do you?
No.
you do.
I like
Don't be
nutrition.
That was kind of a joke. I was making
No,
a
it's-
joke.
That I have nutritional deficiencies that comes and goes like this, and then sometimes like I'll be fine, and then sometimes
Yeah.
the next time I wash my hair, I'll go, oh my god, I have a handful of hair.
Oh, that's what I decided to shave it. Shave it. Feck
Well,
it.
it's
See, but
great.
you look so cute. You look phenomenal. Your hair is like
Yeah.
perfect. If I did my hair like
You see
you,
what
I would
magic
look like
braid?
my dad in a hairpiece.
No,
I just said I don't care
you look great with your glasses on, but you look much better with your glasses off.
I look tired with them off. Trust
No,
me,
you
I look
don't.
tired. I promise you, I look tired.
Unless you use a
Okay,
really,
let's-
really good filter on your phone.
No, look, because I have a head cold.
Yeah.
Can you see how tired I look?
Oh, look how gorgeous she is.
Can you see
Well,
it?
no, because you're seeing you, and then the lights are glistening in the background, and it's making everything
And
look
plus, I
perfect.
can't see me properly because I took my glasses off. So all I can see is blurriness.
The lights are glistening.
I'm an angel. But you see how tired I look? Like I cannot do it better on or off.
It's hard. Both. They look good both ways.
Yeah. Sometimes we get
Yeah.
glare on your glasses. I'm sure mine do at times.
Well,
too.
these are not my proper prescription ones. So the ones that I have don't have any glare in it, but these
Have the
ones have
anti-glare.
glare in it. Yeah, I have anti-glare.
Because your eyes are stunning, and so
Yes,
when you
I
cover
know.
them up, it's just a shame.
I had them covered. I have them covered.
Such a pretty girl. Why would you?
I do it like this. I'll do it like this.
I know. I can't stand it. I can't stand
Drive me crazy.
not being able to read.
Gillian has asked earlier, when are y'all coming over to our island?
Well, I am planning a trip to London next year. So if I do, I am
That's
going to be
Ireland.
taking a quick plane trip from
Heathrow?
London area to Ireland.
Over to Dublin.
Well, it's like 10 pounds.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be easier to probably go straight to over to London and then get a connection flight over to Ireland. Well, no,
Exactly.
it doesn't make any difference. It's still paying for a flight. But that's what a friend of mine now is Chantel. She's in London. She's from South Africa and she's in London. So she herself and granddad Tim is coming over to Ireland Friday week. Over to me. I think for a night or two. I'm not too sure for how long. But we're going to do fun stuff. I'm going to take over to Millmount. Yeah, no worries. I'm going to take over to Millmount and take her to an Irish pub for some Guinness.
That
You have
sounds
to.
phenomenal, and I think that my life will not be complete until I get over there. And it's not a pipe dream; it's something that can be done. I just have to wrangle in a certain
Look at this
person
Hey,
who will
hey,
come
look,
with
put the
me.
glasses on.
He's not going to let me
Oh,
go
look
alone,
at
I'm
his
sure.
face.
Oh, Max, you
Look at his
beautiful
face.
girl.
Oh, I can't even cope with him.
Oh, give him a kiss. He needs a kiss on that lip.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
yes.
Gillian Maximus is a rescue.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, his face.
Ugh.
He is. He's 15 months. He's 15 months old. He is a rescue, and he is learning to play and be a good boy.
And Sasha just wants to you see because I don't have the couch behind me anymore. Now the
All
couch
right.
is beside me. So now Sasha's kind of looking at me now to saying, pick me up, pick me up.
She's like, I saw what was just going on in that other house. Now my turn. Pick me up.
Now she wants me to pick her up again. Where is this?
Max is short for I'm going to have the most expensive nut job. That's what I was going to say. Neutering. That anybody's ever
Oh God,
Maximus. So he needs
that
his
is
own
crazy. I'm sorry.
He needs his own TikTok.
I'm sorry. That's crazy. $1,000 to get a dog neutered?
That's
Yeah.
not right. That's really not right. I
Tell him
mean,
that you're low income. Maybe. I guess you'd have to prove it.
That would be
Never
lying.
mind.
that's just crazy.
It is.
Yeah,
Is there a group in Cork?
I'm going to get a second opinion.
Eileen, there is a group in Cork.
Maybe. Yeah. Really.
Eileen, I was just saying, Eileen, there is a paranormal group in Cork. They are the Cork Society, Cork Paranormal Society. That's what they are, Cork Paranormal Society. They were supposed to be on with us tonight, but something came up, so they couldn't make it on with us. So we will have them back on in the next few weeks. But I will let you know when they are coming on. But they're freaking amazing.
Yes, I can't wait to hear about they have access to the pub, like some certain amount of pubs are somehow connected.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think they're just they can be such wonderful haunted locations. And I think if you can just do one after the other, then you're a lucky duck. That's what I think.
Listen, I know. I mean, I cannot wait to talk to them.
Yes.
Yes, Gillian saying Jenny was having a Cork team on tonight, Cork Paranormal Society on tonight, Eileen. I'm going to hold on. Eileen, I'm going to put up now because I had the banner up from earlier, but this is who they are. Cork Supernatural Society.
Yes.
So that's who they are. Look them up. They are really, really amazing. They have fantastic locations, amazing audio, and fantastic pictures. I will speak to him in the next day or two, in the next week or two, and arrange another night for them to come back on. It will probably be after Christmas, or even one of during the nights before Christmas. Hopefully, if we can get him back on. But that is who they are. Michael Clark in Cork Supernatural Society.
Where did they come up with the name?
I don't know, but we can ask. Cork Supernatural Society.
Weird.
CSS.
Interesting. Are they from a town called Cork?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They're from Cork. They're from the south of Ireland.
Okay, that's why.
At the very, very, very bottom of Ireland.
I was gonna say maybe
So
they
how
like
long have they
drinking
been around?
like
How long have they been around?
They have been. I have all the details here. They've been around since. Give me 1 second, and I will find it. I'll tell you now. Let me see. They started off as a group in 2013.
Oh, okay.
It was all family based. So they started off in 2013. But the rest you will know when they come on.
Yeah, I
There you
can't
go.
wait. I love
We'll
hearing
definitely
the
have them.
catalyst for why people made that decision to jump from, fan or just a regular person to I'm going to do this. I'm going to run this whole thing and start spending money. What caused that? So I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, they're like amazing. I can't wait to talk to them. I wanted to ask you something as well, Robin, about this picture here.
Oh, that's in the basement. That's in the basement at Wildwood Sanitarium. That's the shot from. That's a picture of my CCTV of the monitor screen, but that's the CCTV camera. I was I was laying on that embalming table. You can see my handheld camera sitting on the little dining table there. But there is behind that CCTV. There's a doorway to another stairwell. And there's always something, and I've experienced it several times, that walks around down there. You can always hear them. And it's one of those things, like if you go in this big circle, they're just always going to be ahead of you. Anyway, so I planted myself there and I was listening to them and watching shadows move, watching them do that and listening to them walking. You can see my fingers kind of pointing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be quiet, but I want to indicate to my camera that something's there. So it started walking back and forth almost to the foot of that embalming table, which, by the way, is it's an import. That embalming table did not belong in the sanitarium. They bought it and brought it in. But it's very fun to lay on. It's nice and cool. It's very, especially in the summer, it's like, I'm going to go lay on the embalming table. It's very cool. But anyway, but there was something that just was loudly. I mean, it's not like I think I hear footsteps. It's like boom, 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 boom. And then back the other direction, boom, 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 like pacing back and forth. So I don't know if it was the nice man who told me that I was doing fine or if it was something else. But definitely that, like, you can just something was marching around, probably wondering what the heck I was doing down there.
And you were in that house by yourself?
Yeah.
Is this when you're in the house by yourself?
15, 16 hours. I guess. Yeah, that was.
Then, Brian, would you do that?
No.
Me neither.
No.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do it.
No.
From a fear point or a safety standard?
I wouldn't do it because of safety reasons.
I would do it for fear reasons. I'm not going to lie.
No, I'm okay with doing a place by myself. I wouldn't be scared. It was more for me. It'd be safety.
Yeah. One thing I made sure to do was usually I would leave my phone behind but I wasn't using a bunch of equipment. I made sure to have my phone on me at all times so I didn't fall down some stairs, even just because my new shoes that I'm wearing in that picture, those were brand new shoes, that catch my heel on the stairs and be like, oh, son of a bitch, I'm going to have to wait 12 hours for the next.
You wore high heels to an investigation?
No, not heels, just new shoes. They're actually tactical. They're actually tactical shoes. I'm big on tack pants and tack shoes.
Yeah. If anybody's going to do an investigation by themselves, the only thing I would suggest you doing, like, obviously you're going to do it. That's fine. I would let somebody know where I am. Yep. Text them that I'm okay during the investigation, and then text them when I'm leaving. and then text him when I get home. Just to make
I
sure
did have
everything's
contact. I had
Yeah,
outside
that's good.
contact. Of course, the owners knew I was there, and they live not too far away, so I had access to them. And of course, I always kept my phone with me, like I said. And throughout the night, I was reaching out and contacting. I'm still okay. Here,
Yeah.
here's a picture of me. I'm not possessed. I'm okay. The whole thing. Not that location, I don't think is a possession place, but
There's I did an investigation at a bridge, and this bridge is crazy. Like I've told you about this bridge, Jenny.
Have I seen this
And
bridge?
I was there by myself just to try it, to see what it was like. People knew I was going there, and I told them and stuff like that. But I went there, and at one point during the investigation, I heard footsteps on this side. I heard footsteps on this side, and it felt like they were surrounding me.
Yeah.
And then the actual video, if you watch it, I actually say feels like they're surrounding me.
I see that video. I think I've seen that video.
Yeah.
I think I've seen
And
that
it
video.
did.
And
I'm
I'd
just
be
gonna
like,
let this-
Lord,
I'm just going to let this dog. I got glass doors, so I'm just
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
let this
let
dog
him
out
for
any
me,
wants
yeah.
to it.
I'm
Yeah.
there for pee.
Be right back.
No worries, no
30
worries.
seconds.
I would think one of the biggest times I ever felt surrounded like that, where you start wondering if you've made the right decision to be in a place, was at a slave cemetery in Texas.
Lord.
So, but I was not alone. I wasn't alone. And I think there was 4 or 5 of us. This was many, many years ago. And we had gone to these very active houses. I mean, where people were talking disembodied, like you and I are talking. I mean, is singing, talking, banging, all this stuff. Anyway, so we make a little trip away from these. It was a row of 3 houses that we had access to, and we decided to go visit the slave cemetery out in the middle of the woods. You had to know where it was, the trails to go down to get there. So I was paranoid that I was going to lose my car key in the woods. I just was certain of that. So I took the fob. It was like, it's a VW Jetta, and this must have been, 2005 or something like that, 2006. And I put the fob on top of the car, on the top where the little sunroof thing is. I set it up there because I was so paranoid I was going to lose it in the woods. Okay. Well, we get 300 yards the other direction, and it starts going off. The alarm starts going
off.
Like, stop it. And it stops. We turn around to start walking. Beep, beep, beep. It starts going off again. And so we're like, stop. And it stopped. Then we start focusing on just the, being quiet and saying, we come here with the utmost respect, that sort of thing. Well, I don't think they gave a shit what these 4 women or 5 women out in the woods were saying about respect, because you started feeling the circle. It wasn't just me. It was just all of us. We were like, oh, they are surrounding us 100%.
Yeah.
And this is like, look, it was like 2005. I got chills right. I never, like, I have no,
you know it. You feel it. Yeah.
I can still feel it. And I was like, but now I have to go back to the car that they've been manipulating. I was like, everybody out of my car. I'm leaving. I was like, don't come. You can't come with me, and give me my keys back and all that stuff. I was doing that. But
that's strange where you can feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
You can feel it. I know when I was in the Drogheda Museum in Millmount, and I know myself and Alan were walking down into the kitchen area to set up, and it was just the 2 of us in the building, and we were walking through the archway, and you could feel the heaviness of something walking towards you, and it was so hard to explain, but you'd feel something so heavy walking towards you, and the hissing sound. There was a hissing sound. Let me tell you, I'm surprised the 2 of us got through the archway side by side.
Surprised you didn't push Alan down.
Well, I held onto his arm because I thought he was going to be the gentleman as he is and push me behind so he can get through. So we literally walked out side by side. Thank God that archway is wide enough for the 2 of us. And so going through the red
pounding
doors,
through everybody. Yeah. Move it or lose it, sister.
That would be Alan. That would so be Alan. I'm like, get back here, bitch. And I'd hold onto his ankle and kind of trip him down. And I started scrabbling on my hands and knees to the door to get out.
Right.
We were like that. It's something phenomenal that you can only experience it.
Yeah.
No, and it's very strange because no recorders were on, nothing was on, no equipment was on. We were just going down to set up, and it was something personal experience, which was mind. It was just crazy for us. Crazy. We never forgot about it. We're still talking about that, say, 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah.
It was. There's another picture here, Robin, now that I want to put up as well.
Oh, Sassy Sudbury. Sorry, the parrot is like, what about me? If you can hear that, it's not a smoke alarm. That's the parrot doing her thing.
What kind of parrot do you have?
That is a African gray parrot that I inherited, so to speak.
Oh, wow.
I got her from my parents, and she's got a whole apartment that I built for her in this next room. But when she's tired of not being the center of attention, she'll start doing that certain like.
Is she out of a cage?
She's in it. It's a giant, it's a big, I call it apartment, right?
Yeah, you got a huge. I seen it.
Yeah, an aviary, really. Awesome. It's an aviary, but she gets.
But it's huge. It's huge.
What picture are you gonna put up?
Oh, this one here.
Oh, or I've got my foot in my hand. I'm tired. I'm alone, and
I mean, you look so relaxed being in that house by yourself.
I was freaking tired. I was tired at that point, but if you're facing the picture on the left, you'll see that's the doorway down to the basement. I had a laser grid because I kept hearing, obviously something's down there. I wanted to see if I could catch on a shadow or something on the camera. And the other doorway goes out towards the dining room, living room, like the entryway when you first come in.
I want to see that picture now, that left-hand side, the archway.
Say that again.
Earlier on, when I looked at it, I didn't see that archway. I just wasn't looking at it, but now I can see it.
There's like a little space there, like a little, almost, it's not a breakfast nook, but a little space where the fridge is and everything. And then you move into like the dining room table and the front door and couches and that sort of thing. But I wanted to see if anything would approach or whatever. And I was kind of relaxed at that.
You're very relaxed there for being.
I think I had just taken a shower. Even I may have just taken a shower because I had been up like crawling around and like.
Did you go for a shower? It's like
filthy. Yes, they have they just got a new. Okay, they got a new water heater, one of those everlasting water heater things. I was like, shower.
Listen, girl, I don't know.
Well, the thing is that the front of the house, the room. Okay, so you walk out of the bathroom. There's a hallway. And there is a room that has a bay window that's always had curtains on it. Well, it doesn't have curtains on it. When I walk out, I'm like, I'm finally alone in Wildwood. I swear to God, I walked right into the hallway and with the lights on in the hallway, butt naked. And then I turn and look and I was like, oh my God, if the neighbors are awake, I'm like, boo. And then I ran back in.
But you know this place like home from home.
Yeah.
It's not like.
Well, my stuff was out in the other room, and I was just like, I'm, I don't know about anybody else. It doesn't matter. I was alone. So, but then I realized, oh my God, the curtains are gone.
Oh, did you?
So in the neighborhood, they're like, oh my God, look, there's somebody.
Oh, naked. That's in a residential area because
it is in a residential area. But it was late. I imagine everybody's asleep in the neighborhood. So, but it was just like seconds. Anyway, I ran back into the bathroom, but.
Okay, because I remember now it is in the neighborhood because I remember Nick doing a live with it with Jeremy and so on, and you were there.
Yeah, and I had just been up in the not in the attic proper, but on that third floor, and I had been on the floor, like halfway underneath, because there's this bed where this elderly person allegedly sleeps all the time, and he makes noise, and I've heard the noise and everything, but I was like, well, I was just doing some experimentation, and I realized I was kind of filthy, and I'll start getting like a little bit talk about phobias or whatever, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna like have all these like little tiny bugs all over me because dust is bugs, and I gotta go take a shower because I can't. Anyway,
I had a shower there, and I mean, listen, at least I forgot where the house is. I remember when Nick was doing the live, and around the corner there's the basement. You know those? And I only see these basements in movies, so it's kind of like these doors that you open up from the outside, and I'm like, oh my God, they really have them.
Oh yeah,
you only see them in movies, and
like
you really have
Velcro doors or bulkhead doors is what they call it, and there's actually a big steel door down there.
Yeah.
Where a lot of actually Hinsdale things were stored for a while until they returned to Hinsdale. But I forgot where we started off on that. But yeah, I'm just sitting there. I tried not to eat my way through the night because sometimes on investigations it's easy to like eat more. At least for me it is. And I was like, you're not going to all the way here to film by yourself just to eat all night long. So I was pretty happy that I didn't do that. So
when are you back out? And Brian, when are you back out? I know I probably said it to you earlier, but when are you back out?
I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to be back out. Might not be till the new year. Probably the new year. I'll probably do one. I'll probably do an investigation or two. There was a hotel that I was motel / I was trying to get into, but that ended up falling through. There is a place that I want to hit. I just heard about it. I just saw something about it, so I want to hit that place. So probably starting in January, sometime in January, I'll start back up at investigations. I'm going through so much right now. I got a lot of investigations to edit, like a lot. I got a lot.
There was one thing you were supposed to send me, and I never got it. It never came through.
What? Which one?
Oh my gosh, it was a few weeks ago.
Oh, it's from the documentary.
I think so. There was something on it that you wanted me to see, and it would not.
Yeah, and you did. You came up and you listened to it.
It was something else.
It said my name. It said my name like 3 times.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, it said my name like 3 times.
Really... Do you want to put that up?
Oh,
that was way too good.
Let me see if I can find it.
Now let me see.
Yeah, that's the documentary that's coming out.
Oh, that's so awesome!
I can't wait to see that.
Oh, wait until
it's going to be really cool.
It's really good. It's really good now. What Brian had sent me.
Yeah. And for me, it'll be January as well. I'm going to take a personal trip to Texas in December for a week and a half or so. It's always good to have I'll do personal stuff because I can't not while I'm there, but I won't have like a real investigation or anything like that. So. Actually, my mom's house that they just built out, it's way out in the country. It's in the middle of nowhere. I actually caught something that I thought was cannon fire. So it sounded like, yes, it did. Yeah. I was communicating with my brother who had just passed. And I said, because after the funeral, we went home. I mean, they're in the middle of nowhere. Okay. The big metal door, someone went bam, 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 so loud that all the dogs ran to the door because we thought someone was there. Anyway, I looked everywhere. No one was around. This is a flat land. Okay. So you can see in every direction. No one was there. So I go into my mom's room and I say, David, was that you? On my voice recorder, and you hear the cannon fire. And I was like, that wasn't David. That was something much older.
Oh my God, I would love to hear that.
When my mom falls asleep, I'll be turning up my recorder and hopefully she won't.
And then video call me, then I can hear it too. Oh, we can do a little session together.
Yes.
Do a little session. Give me 2 minutes. I'm just running upstairs to the girls for a second. Is that all right?
Okay. Absolutely. And then I guess I'll just keep talking. One of the places I'd really like to get back to when I go there, it's outside of Austin, about just like maybe a 10-minute drive outside of the city towards the east. And I don't know whether it's like a Silk Road or a Trail of Tears situation, but there is an ancient or very hundreds of years old road that went from Mexico up through, it was a trade trail. And some of the most interesting things for an outdoor location happened there. And I thought that the spirits were affecting the longhorn cattle, which was freaking scary, actually. The longhorn, they're huge and they have big horns. And when they start walking towards you, you're like, oh shit, I've made a mistake by being here. That's one of those situations. And then, lots of weird stuff out there. And I'd like to go back to Lake Waco, which obviously is in Waco, Texas. And that was a place where we spent hours investigating, trying to contact the 3 kids that were victims of a triple murder in the 80s. And we did not get them at all. What we got was something much, much older. And it followed us around all night. And that was where I saw my first shadow person, really like real one, a gigantic dude or whatever it was. And I felt something looking at me and I turned to look and I was like, holy shit. Anyway, did you find it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good. We'll wait for Jenny.
Yeah. What happened to Jenny?
She said she'll be gone for 2 minutes. She had to go check on her girls. But so do you get all the way down? I mean, what's your locations? Like how far away from home do you go when you investigate, or are you willing?
Well, I've been in different countries. Like I was in the States back a couple of months ago, back last March, I was in the UK for a month.
Okay.
Filming a bunch of different locations. We filmed We filmed 11 locations in 14 days.
Whew.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, a lot of driving. I did over 10,000 kilometers in 14 days.
Oh my gosh, you must have been exhausted, but I bet it was exhilarating.
Yeah, I definitely understand the hangover paranormal after that trip.
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad. So I got it.
Okay,
I
you got
found
it. Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay, let me. Where's my cursor? There it is.
We're in infinity.
Okay, there we are. Okay, so let me, before we get into this, let me tell you what this kind of documentary is about. The documentary is about the place is called the Old Angel Inn, and this has been around since the War of 1812. Okay, so it was actually built, I believe, in 1779. I believe, or 1785 somewhere. Oh, 1785. It was finished being built.
Okay.
So there was a gentleman from the British Army that was killed in this bar / inn. It's a restaurant and inn. It's got 6 rooms upstairs. So he was killed in the basement. So for years and years, they've been talking about how this place is haunted, that Captain Colin Swayze, the man who was killed in this place, and how he was killed. He was killed in the basement because he was going to the bar to meet a girl that he was in love with. That I found out later on that she worked there, and I didn't know that, but she worked there. And so it was kind of like a rendezvous thing. Well, unfortunately, he loved her. She didn't really like him. So anyways, when he got there, the American soldiers attacked the inn and the restaurant. They invaded it, or whatever you want to say. So he ran downstairs to the basement and hid in one of those big wine barrels. And the American soldiers came downstairs and started stabbing the wine barrels with their bayonets. Well, he was in one of them and he got killed. So I don't even know if they knew he was in them. I don't know anything about that. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so this place is haunted. There's something upstairs. There's something in the restaurant. There's something in the basement. We ended up finding out the person that's in the restaurant part is the old owner. And her name is Florence. And she loved this place. And she ended up passing away. And now she is in this place. So she's in the restaurant part. We believe that Captain Colin Swayze is in the basement part. But there's an actual picture. Let me show you that. Let me show you that picture. I'm going to get to this site. I want to show you that picture because this is what they caught on. This is what they caught on security camera. Okay. It was late at night. They caught it, and they think it's Captain Colin Swayze. Honestly, I don't think it's Captain Colin Swayze. I understand why they think that it is, and you'll see why. Let's see.
Food looks good.
I know, fish and chips.
So anyway, Scott, what's that?
The food looks good.
Oh, you can see the screen? Yeah.
Oh, we can see the food. We can see
this
food. Oh my god.
Yeah, this place is great. So there you go. Right here. This is what they caught on security camera. So you can actually see the uniform and see this right here. And
that's what we talked about one night.
Yeah, but honestly, I think this is a woman. I think it's a woman.
Okay. You see,
so, anyhow.
What makes, can I just say something very quickly? This is what we looked at before, but I'm only seeing something else more now. Remember each side, it looks like, to me, it looks like ribs, but it's not. And then you have the white sash. Now you see on top of the head, you have a point on the black and white picture. You have a point on one side and a point on the other side. To me, on the picture of the officer, you have a point on each side of his hat.
Yeah.
That's what I think it's.
Yeah. I still think it's a woman though. But, anyways, this is what they caught on security camera. Now, the thing is though, this is in the restaurant part. Now, from what we got from the man that came in here, came to this, who's in the dock, he's a tarot card reader and he's a medium type of guy. Very good at what he does. and he actually discovered that Captain Colin Swayze doesn't leave the basement. He stays in the basement. So this is why we're thinking that it's not Captain Colin Swayze. I actually think it's a woman, but stranger things have happened. Anyways, so this video, I'm upstairs in one of the rooms, and what we discovered was, there's a negative energy upstairs, and it's nothing demonic. It is, it's something that's just very, very pissed off. He doesn't want people there. What we discovered, this guy so the man that killed Captain Colin Swayze was from the was an American soldier. We found out the man that's upstairs is the American soldier that killed Captain Colin Swayze in the basement.
You found that out?
We found that out. So we found that out through the tarot cards. So, okay. And then obviously Sonray, that who's also a medium too. His name is Sonray, and he pulled the card. It's freaky. He pulled the card, and it's a circle with swords through the circle. Because I asked the question. How did Captain Colin Swayze die here? And he shuffled the deck, and he pulled out the first card, and it was a circle with swords in it, like bayonets. Yeah. So it was pretty freaky. So, and it was pretty cool at the same point. So what I'm going to be showing you here is a little tidbit from this documentary. I asked what its name, and it literally says my name. Now, there are some words going through this because if it's an SB7 session, and we're trying to figure out the words. So you're going to see words. But, yeah. So let me get to it. Okay. So where do I start from here, I guess? Let me just turn up my volume a little bit. Now, let me just go back there for a minute. You hear the Laverty?
No, bring it back a little bit again.
Touch this box, go up to yellow. So I want to ask you some questions. And if you can answer them, that'd be great. Is there anybody in this room with us? Right there. What is your name?
Got it.
Say that again. Is there a male or female in this room? You hear that? Right there. Listen again.
Yep. Yeah. Oh. Brian, turn your volume up a little bit more, will you? You have it on 70. Try and bring up to 100, will you? If you can, because we can't hear it. It's just I like to hear it louder.
Is there a male or female in this room? Male room. Do you hear that?
Yeah, it's so clear. Robin, can you hear it?
Yeah, that's fantastic. So.
Yeah, so it
Did you hear
actually
it?
says that earlier it said Laverty, then it said
Yeah.
Brian, then it said Brian Laverty, and then it said Brian. And that is all from the SP7.
Okay.
And this
My
is what I
question is,
find.
did you ever come in and say your whole name? Like, did you come in and say,
No.
like, where did they get
No.
that? Okay, so they had that.
Now the interesting thing is, and it will be in this video, I did a walkthrough about a month and a half before with one of the owners, or not the owner, the general manager. We were actually downstairs, and I actually have the voice recording of it. I did a voice recorder while I was doing the tour to see if I could capture anything. And we were downstairs in the basement where Captain Colin Swayze is, and I captured an EVP saying Tiffany.
Oh.
Now, the person that was giving us the tour, her name was Tiffany.
Oh, okay.
You see, when I was in a location down in the south of Ireland in Enniscorthy, and we were using the Echo Box, and I have to say I loved the Echo Box at the time. And so Shawnee was there, and he goes, "Jen, I can hear your surname because you don't get Sanyasi, you know." And I'm like, I can't hear it. I can't hear it. So when I came home and I did audio work, and then oh my God, I could hear Sanyasi. And I wanted to mail Shawnee at 3 a.m. and said, oh my God, I can hear it. It's because I think we always ask for the Sanyasi because it's not a very common name here in Ireland. It's a Mauritian name. So Sullivan, you can give Sullivan, but we think everyone is going to be Sullivan. Sanyasi. Oh, and the second time we went and I said, can you give me my surname the way you gave it before? And I have these in audio. I wish I have them here. Oh gosh, it's a pain in the arse now. Robin, if I sent them on to you, could you put them up?
I actually captured what looks like to be an apparition when I was doing that tour.
Oh wow!
And upstairs in the hallway, and I'm gonna see if I can try to find it so I can show it to you because it is really, really super cool. And there's no reason why. We were upstairs and it was in the middle of the day, and we actually saw a white mist go by us. There was no reason why a white mist should be upstairs in the inn. There's no reason, and it was really well. No, it was like
inside daytime, constant.
Yeah, the inside daytime, and there's no reason why it should have been like that. But let me see if I can try to find it. You guys go talk amongst yourselves.
And Jenny, I'd have to make a video for an audio to go up on StreamYard. So that's the StreamYard thing. Like they don't do. So I'd have to like make it, and I don't think this will.
I know because when I have it on audio on my SoundCloud, but I never even thought about putting it up. I think the next night when I do something with audio, is to write down the names of the ones that I want to make sure that they're up and not miss them, and then think about them later.
Yes.
So
I think I might have mentioned this on some show with you. Is that we were doing an event, and this was at Wildwood Sanitarium too, and I had lent out my ghost box. It was the old Shack Hack to people standing in the room. And I'm sitting on a bed talking to someone else. And out of that ghost box comes the name of my village. This is a 5,000 person village that is almost 5 hours away from this location. And it said my name, my full name. And then it said the village's name. And I thought, holy shit.
Did I hear that before?
No, I don't think I was even recording because we were doing an event. Unless maybe it's recorded, but I have so much I don't even know anymore. Isn't that sad?
It's a lot. I know
that sent a little chill up my spine, though. I'm like, how does it know my full name first of all, and then my village name? It's like, don't just because don't come back.
Well, that's it. They just
or did I bring them? Maybe I brought them with me. I don't know. Nobody knows. I'm not an expert.
I know, but they just know. I know when I was down in Enniscorthy and they said something about Drogheda, and that's where I'm from. Mm-hmm. And Sean was saying to me, Jenny, on his southern accent and his Enniscorthy accent, he goes, "You took something with you. You took something with you." Yeah. And Shawnee sees this. Please don't give out to me because
I found it.
Not mocking his accent, but I think he's Enniscorthy.
Found it.
Oh, did you find it?
I found it. I did find it, and this is really super cool.
Okay.
Let me just share.
Okay.
So this is we're doing a walkthrough, okay? And the girl taking us through the walkthrough. This is Tiffany. So let's share, and here it is. Oh, wrong video. Where's that video? Where did I put it? Ugh.
Oh, do you ever get like a 4-week, 5-week head cold that never just goes away?
Here it is. Okay, so let me just go back a little bit. And you're going to see it right down here when I turn. We think we caught something when I was here last. In one of the rooms. Crap. No, it's the others. Something when I was in one of the rooms. There.
Oh,
see it?
Yes, absolutely.
On your right hand side, yep.
Yeah, watch again.
Yeah.
Right there.
That is so cool.
Yep, like walked right between you.
You want to see it one more time?
Yeah, go on. Why not?
One more time. Now we're going to be able to see that. I caught Damir. I want to see Damir. We think we caught something when I was here last. In one of the rooms. Right there.
Yeah.
And see, and look what happened after. For some reason, there was a white flash along with it as well, right after. Right there. Flash. See it?
Yeah, so it's on your right hand side, the mist, and then on your left hand side is the flash.
Yeah. So it passed by.
I could see.
Yeah. Well, you know what's really interesting is that
really,
our lenses
really
on our
cool.
cameras are way more sensitive than our human eyes, and so if let's just say that was an apparition, it's still pushing and dragging electrons with it. So it probably the lens, the camera just reacted to it, and it's dragged its little electrons around with it. That's a good.
It's just it just goes by, and there's no
and I
reason
really
why
like
it should
that
be
you're
upstairs.
recording during that or whatever. We miss a lot with our first tours and all that. Always be recording.
And the very first tour I did an audio walkthrough, and then the second one I did a video walkthrough. Yeah. So, and I caught stuff on my phone with the video with that, and there were other EVPs that I caught through my phone.
Nice.
Yeah, what do you find? What do you think? But I was gonna say back in the day, God, we're all old. But back when we started out and so on, and people were like, no phones, no phones, no phones, and we get it because it sets literally everything off.
Especially the old phones, yeah.
Yes. So what do you reckon of having phones now on investigations only in flight mode? But there's a wave pad you can get on it. You can record on it just by normal recorder. Or you can have the wave pad, or you can just video. Would you take a phone with you? Or would you think it's okay?
Sorry. I would, but I don't need to because I have a camera. So I use I have a Canon. I have a Canon Rebel T7i. It's an amazing camera. So I don't really need to use my phone. The only time I really use my phone is for my FLIR and voice recorder. I use the voice recorder. I don't use the recorder. I use the voice recorder. This phone can pick up a flea farting from 5 miles away. So
which phone do you have again?
My phone?
Yeah.
I have the Samsung 22 Ultra.
Nice. Okay.
Whatever.
So it's the latest one that just came out. But but the phone is amazing, but I don't use my phone very often, to be honest.
Can I ask you, because I have a Huawei P30 Pro and I'm probably about 2 years of age.
Yeah.
But it is. I always go for the camera. What does your phone do that you think it would be okay because it's the Samsung?
Well, if I'm ever going to carry my phone around with me, and I try not to, I'll try to leave it in my bag. Because I don't want it to interfere with anything. I do put it on flight mode, or I'll turn it off.
Yeah.
I'll turn it completely off.
Oh,
Yeah, because even in
Um,
flight mode, I'm going to tell you that there's still communication going on with your phone and the networks because it's all constantly pinging you, whether or not
Well, it's
you
not
have
even that.
flight
Well, it's not
mode.
even that too. That I don't know if people realize this, but even if your phone is in flight mode, your phone still goes through updates,
Yeah, yep,
and it
absolutely.
can
It's still in
set it off.
contact. It's
Yeah,
off. Even
Right.
phones that are off sometimes, depending like my
Yeah.
iPhone stuff, even completely off, it can be found and that sort
Yeah.
of thing because it is always in contact.
yeah.
And it
So
also has
I
infrared
just
IR.
I try to avoid using my phone at all. I try to avoid using it, and like I said, the only time I'll use it because I have that FLIR that connects to your phone.
Yes.
That you can get on Amazon.
Yeah, I want one of those. I love
I'm not a big fan of the gun FLIR.
Really? Why not?
I don't know.
I'm
Maybe
used to
that's the wrong
I'm used
thing
to
to
more
say.
the gun flare.
Yeah, maybe it's the wrong thing to say. I'm not a fan of it. I just don't use it.
I'm used
I've
to
used
it
it a
more
few times.
because I know Aiden, I'm used to the gun flare more because I know Aiden, who was on with Emerald Isle, that he had the connector to your phone.
Yeah.
And it was good, but I'm not old school. Give me the gun flare.
Yeah. The FLIR that you plug into your phone is a little finicky.
Yes, it is.
You sometimes have to unplug it and plug it back in again.
Have you got it, Robin?
So
I use Seek. I use Seek Thermal. It's it is an attachment you can put to a tablet or a phone.
Okay. That's similar to what Aiden had or has.
And this is an expensive little thing. So
Yeah.
I also get paranoid that I'm going to lose it because it's so small when amongst all my stuff. But it works really, really well, and I like to use it. I have one of these like little tiny tablets that I use so I can see it pretty good. You know, like it's hard.
You said before of the black and white.
It does everything. Like it can be used in a professional way by people come in to examine your house and like inspectors and that sort of thing. But so it's a really good thing. It's got a little keychain holder here too. But I like that I can record. I
want a thermal flare. I want
the handheld ones. Or the screen's just too damn small. That's my only complaint.
I want someone to donate one to me, or give me one, or buy me one.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, that one that I got it on Amazon. It was like it's about this big.
Yeah.
And it was $500.
Yeah, I mean they're expensive. That's what I mean.
I just want one because I'd use it for everything and every investigation. Because I know some people who just take it out now and again. That's
me. I take it out now and again. If I'm unfamiliar, I like to go through and find out where are the natural cold spots. That's more what I use it for.
I would have it.
They don't last long. That's the problem.
And
like if I charge it, it doesn't last long.
Yeah. So off of the battery of the whatever.
I would Robin, I swear to God, I would have mine out all the time. Like because I go to repetitive locations, so there's rooms where I know there's someone in it. I get it. Right. I know it.
Well, that's a thing. It is, but for me, I try to avoid anything that I'm just constantly. And I have this whole place, and I'm staring at this thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's what that's a good point.
But I will use it to find the natural stuff. And if I think there is something moving around and I don't have, say, those other little things that I use sometimes, like I'll whip it out. But
can I ask you a question about another piece of equipment? Because this is one item that I do not have in my equipment case. Nor do I really want to have them.
What?
Cat balls. Yeah. I just bloody won't because I just won't. I mean, I do have balls, but you have to hit them on the ground for them to go off.
Yeah.
You have to hit them. Cat balls, I don't know. What do you reckon?
Well, it depends on who makes them. Some of them are very easy to set off, and some of them you do have to stomp around. And I've seen them go off before, and I'm the first one over there, clogging next to them, saying, okay, how did this go off? If you step on a board on that side of this giant room, say, it can affect the movement way over here and the vibration. Everybody knows that wood lets sound travel very easily. And so how I don't know.
The cat balls don't go. I've used the cat balls. They don't go off that easily. They don't go off that easily. Yeah. No.
I'm just I don't know. Maybe I'm just I remember having a lovely woman on my show, and she was saying it's like paranormal is like a parachute. If you don't open it, the parachute and so on, you're not going to learn or get far or something like that. But it's like the parachute, you got to open up. So I said,
use everything you possibly can in order to.
That's it. Beth, her name is Beth Allington. Lovely, lovely woman. Loved her, and she will definitely come back on. And I took that from what she said, because I'm always audio, visual. And when I say visual, I'm more video and audio. That is my forte. That is what I go to. I mean, if anything else after that, it's just kind of like wedging wedging a square into a round circle. It's just not helping for me, if that makes sense. But I'm opening up more, and I'm learning to when I
you don't have to like everything, and that's what's part of having a nice, well-rounded team too. Is like certain people have more experience in certain areas with certain things, and they gravitate towards it. Then let them be the expert in that area and use those equipment. You don't have to like and everything.
Yeah.
So, but the point of I think it all being is maybe you do have a cat ball that's going off, and maybe somebody else has seen something, someone else catch something on video. It's all correlation. For me, correlation is like the thing that you really, really want. So in and of itself, I don't mind anything. And I think some stuff is more effective than other things. But if we can get them all to do something at the same time, that's exciting. Yeah.
And then one more thing as well, when, like when I buy toys and I go to the secondhand store and I will buy toys, I always get, What?
What kind of toys?
Everything that takes batteries. They do look at me in the shop when I buy about 50 packets of batteries, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going away for the weekend." And they okay, but no idea what weekend's about. I'm going hunting rabbits.
And by the way, I'll take 10 of those cat balls. Okay.
But I do. I literally do, and oh my God, it's so bad because they do ask about my battery buying. So that's why I like to go to every store in Drogheda and buy my batteries in bulk at different times.
Otherwise, they traumatized you. You have to separate out your battery.
Yeah, but then I go to the same one all the time just to annoy them, saying, "Yes, here's another bucket load of batteries. Lock and load them." AAA, double A.
I can see that they're probably see you coming. They're like, "Oh my God, here she comes! Everybody, get out of the back, come to the front." Here she comes. "Hi, can we help you today?" She's gonna
watch how she's walking. Watch how she's walking. How many baskets of trolleys?
How many double A you have in stock right now?
AAA, 9 volt, the whole lot. Give them to me.
God.
That's custom.
That's funny.
They do. They always do. And I'm like, I'm going to wait for the weekend, which would be true. I am going to wait for the weekend. But they don't need to know where I'm going and what I'm doing.
No.
Let's just mystery alive. And I forgot what I was going to say.
You walk in the store, some guy's going, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, you doing?
That's my singlet bag. But I said about the toys, when I buy no, stop, Brian. You got in my head now. Square toys that when you get the balls and so on and they can roll.
Oh yeah.
I get square toys with pictures on it, and the soft plushie. They're soft. They're just old toys from the secondhand store, and they're soft. And there's pictures on each side of it. I like those because they can't roll. They have to be just tipped over if they have to be. Toys where the shapes, put the shapes back into their places. Things like that. And I did have a setup one night, and I took a picture of it, and then myself and Aidan went back down to the kitchen area, and I'm like, oh my God, the shape has gone into its place. So then I looked back at my pictures, and thankfully I took pictures before we had left, so we get a before and after. And I obviously didn't take one of the shapes out.
Okay, so you saw what that's the benefit of film.
It was devastating. It was devastating, but it was good because you learn to say, take a picture beforehand, always. And then if you're setting something up, take a picture beforehand. And then if it's any different afterwards, then you can obviously compare. But I was glad I did. Otherwise, to this day, I would have thought it was paranormal, and it wasn't.
Right.
So yes, so those are the little things that I buy in second.
Trigger objects are good. So whatever works in that location, that's fantastic, and it depends on why you're there and what you're really trying to learn from it all. But I'm an advocate for that. Sure, trigger objects, trigger scenarios, going through maybe something that may have happened, gotten good results with that before. Like a nurse accidentally killing a patient. We've had the alleged doctor that was there on EVP say, "What did you do?" That sort of thing. And we're like, wow. Oh my God, I've lost the patient. Like she's not breathing. We were saying all that. And you hear this man's voice come in. What did you
get that? Did you get that in audio? And can you believe, it blows my mind. And when I started off in the paranormal and people were saying, oh, it's not real. And yet you would get the class A EVPs. And people are still saying, it's not real. I know Jillian keeps thinking sassy is my smoke alarm. You probably heard my smoke alarm. Wait, I didn't hear anything tonight. Did anybody hear it tonight?
I didn't. Nope. That's what Sassy's doing it right.
Did you change the batteries finally?
No. You probably got used to it, or it's just gone literally dead after like 8 years. So anyhow, what was I saying?
We're talking about trigger objects. I don't know.
Nobody was listening to me. Where is?
I was, but it's gone. It's gone.
What the frick was I? Oh, it's shit. I forget. Brian, what was I saying? You weren't even listening to me either, were you?
I was.
Oh my God.
I was looking at your dog. He's just staring at you.
He is like staring.
Zach, come on over. Zach, come on.
Oh, baby. I miss having dogs so much.
If
I didn't travel so much, I would definitely have
what more. I was saying was so interesting, and now it's like...
It's gone. It's gone from all of us.
Oh, it is.
I was just thinking I need to go soon.
It was good.
We've been on for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, that's my normal time. That's my normal time, and we are due to kaput.
Yeah.
Now.
I appreciate you asking me to come on.
I'm delighted you did. Finally, you came on to Shadow in the night, and I didn't even advertise you.
We got to get you back on Through the Lens soon.
Definitely,
because we need to do that. We need to do the video of the tour of Lem Castle that you have.
I still have it. Look at my Redwood Castle T-shirt.
I was noticing that earlier when you were talking about that story. I saw the Redwood Castle.
This is the floor. Oh no, this is the floor that I sleep on. Can you see it? This is the floor that I sleep on.
You could take that many ways.
Let me show you how
Must be hard carrying all those batteries up the stairs.
Stairs on.
Get your little special backpack like Dora the Explorer.
No, let me tell you, when I had people there a few weeks ago, right, and I kept saying to them for months, wait about the stairs, and they were like, okay, and I'm like, no, seriously, wait until you get to the stairs. Well, I normally spend 2 nights there. They were there for 1 night, and they were getting up and down the stairs. And I remember Louise was telling me, oh, Jenny, like, oh my God, like these stairs.
Are they really steep, and is there a lot of them?
Yes, it's like a 4-story castle.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
you have Lem Castle, which is 3 floors, and then you have Redwood Castle, which is 1, 2, 3, and then you can go up to the roof, which is 4. Okay. But when you go to the roof, like the window is not your window. It is a castle window. So you gotta hold these puppies in and hold those back.
Thank you. That was TMI. TMI.
You are going to
lose. The live I watched was fascinating.
That was TMI.
But no, but I'm being honest. Like the castle. Like,
well, you don't have to grab them.
I didn't grab them.
Nothing wrong.
Well, it looked like you grabbed them and you went like this.
I probably did. Well, I probably did.
You did.
But back in the day, you might have been wearing a tight corset. It's slip right through there. But that's a place where you get scared. You better not run because you'll break every bone in your body.
There has been many cat balls left behind those windows. Many cat balls left behind that window. We have had many nights doing dance offs on that and this castle roof, which is brilliant. Let me show you now. On this castle roof, we've had dance offs. So this is. I'm so bad as a weather woman, aren't I? This is like the top floor, and then this is the floor where we sleep on. And then the rest is all around the castle.
Okay.
So, yes. So
beautiful place, eh?
It's like, and I know people hate when we say home from home, but it is. because I love Lep Castle. They have a fire lit all the time. They have a working kitchen. They have a balcony. I just love Lep Castle. Not Lep Castle, Redwood Castle.
When I
love
get down there, you're going to take me, right?
To Redwood Castle and Lep Castle.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Absolutely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Cool.
And the Drogheda Museum in Millmount.
Oh, there's your birdie.
There's Miss Sassy Pants.
How old is it?
She's about 28 now.
Oh, wow.
It's the red ones. And she looks pretty. Hey, she looks pretty good. She used to be a plucker. She's still a little bit of a plucker, but she's getting
She looks good.
getting her mind right. Come here. Come here.
Sassy.
There's this baby thing where it's like she thinks you're her baby. She'll start throwing up.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
But she's 28.
Yes. She doesn't want to be on my shoulder, right? Yeah, 28. Yeah, I know. Time flies.
Remember Auntie Jenny? Sassy! Good girl. Where's Sassy Pants? Good girl.
It's like, look at her.
Remember me? What you do, Sassy? Hello?
I don't want to get her any closer because she might poop on my keyboard. Then I'll just have to throw the keyboard. I'll have to throw the computer away.
Did you remember me? My accent? Sassy! Good girl. Where's my good girl?
Wow.
My dog
That's
is
awesome.
Anyway.
That's
All the
awesome.
animals. Come here, Mamacita. Oh, you want sweet lovin'? That's what we call her around here.
We have jealousy. We have jealousy here.
Oh, you're a good girl.
Then
When I first got her, there's no way she would come this close to my face because she would have bitten it off. So she's got.
She would break her nose. She so good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna end this up now. Oh no, Kevin wants to say hi now. Oh, here comes Kevin.
Kevin, Kitty.
Hi, Kevin. This is Kevin. Kevin's like a chunky monkey.
Oh, he's
Kevin's like a chunky monkey.
Don't even think about it. She's a keyboard destroyer. Look, she changed her. She's like, you tell the
Look at chunky Kevin. He's like a double chin like his mama.
Look at the bird.
Oh, she wants to keep. I've seen her like almost hurt herself trying to get to keyboard so she can rip the keys off.
Yeah.
And the best thing is you get an old one that you're done with, and you're just like, here, just take it. And she's over there.
Kevin's looking at Sassy, and Sassy's looking at Kevin.
I was looking at you. You were looking at me.
Chunky monkey. Look, chunky monkey.
That's cute.
Chunky monkey.
Yeah.
Well, this was fantastic, guys. I have to go though.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for having me. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
coming in with us. Thank you so much. And Robin for
And if you ever need me again to fill in, just give me a holla.
I'm gonna have you in as a guest.
There you go.
The next one, so I can advertise.
Okay. Cool.
Put your lights up. You can put your
Very
name.
cool. We'll get you on Through the Lens again soon
I will be
to
on.
do that last little segment for
I have
Lund
it, and it's
Castle.
lovely. I've actually, I want to give you when you're free. I'll tell you a little bit about my time there a few weeks ago.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, let's talk tomorrow.
Yes. Okay. I'll fill you in.
Okay, I'll give you a call tomorrow.
And live,
I'll
but
give
I'll
you a
fill
call
you in a
tomorrow.
minute.
Cool.
Sassy Pants.
All
Ciao,
right.
ciao.
Nice to see
Thanks.
you, Robin.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Stay in there in the background for 2 seconds. I'm going to do the ending, and then we're going to come off.
I have to go.
No, you stay. I'm joking.
Oh.
I'm joking.
There you go.
Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow, though.
All right. Yeah, we'll check in tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
Ciao.
Thank you for jumping in.
Good night.
Ciao. He's a little brat. He'll give out to me now.
I like him. He's growing. He's growing on me. He's
I tell you, it takes
part
a
of
while.
the family, La Familia Paraflix. So we gotta love him.
I know.
We have to. It's in the contract. No, I'm just playing.
It takes a while. It takes a while. But I don't know how. I swear to God, I really don't know how he puts up with me sometimes because, God almighty, I guess I'm grumpy with him. I do. I really do. And
He can
people
take it. He can
well,
take it.
it's probably used to me now by me getting grumpy. And I do get grumpy. I do. I get, oh, jeez. Between himself and Jeremy, how they don't tell me to go and jump, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, they have got out of good patience.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
They're
why.
both good guys. Yeah.
They do, but they do. They do. So we are going to jump off here, my love. But you can stay in the background for a chat if you want to afterwards.
Yes.
Good girl. Okay, we will do that. So we want to say thank you for coming in. Thank you for jumping in. I love when you come.
Thank you for having me. I always love being with you.
I always love you on with us because you have so much. You have so much like background, and you have so much
expertise. I'm just playing.
Expertise, experience. You've got so much experience in the paranormal field, but you do, and I know you. How many years do we know each other? Do we want to count?
It's been like 3. Has it been 3 or 4 now? Longer.
I think longer. Or it feels longer.
Time is really hard for me, so I was like, oh, a quiz. I'm like, oh shit.
I don't know how long it is, but it is a long.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been years.
Raymond's jumped in as well, so thanks for Raymond for jumping in.
Yes, it was great to meet him. I like him. Yeah.
Raymond's just like I tell you, he like Brian said, he watches every show and he comments in on every show. Mm-hmm. He does, so he's taking.
I want to hear more from him. I do. Maybe someday, he can stay on again. I want to come on again with him so I can.
Yeah, well, should we get Raymond in as a guest?
Ask him questions. Yeah.
We get Raymond in as a guest because he's an author as well. My cat is literally zonked out. I'm trying to do something here. Give me 1 second. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Sex? What are you doing over there? Be some kind of a good girl. You are a good girl, huh?
Okay.
She's a pretty baby.
So, Ashley, thank you so much. Thanks a million. Hope your mama's coming. We have got animals.
You, Ashley.
We have animals here galore, Ashley. I have 5 dogs.
I'm tricked. See, she thinks I'm her baby, and she's going to start feeding me. Although it's really gross, so she'll throw up. And oh my.
Will she? Will she do that?
Oh, there she goes. She's like, okay, you're hungry. And then I'll see, look at her. And I'm like, no, I'm not hungry. Please don't. And then I'll feed her. Oh,
that's just way too funny. Come on, Toby. My cat has a disability and he's coming in now. So we're going to bring us into the background. Thank you, everyone who watched and who commented. Christopher, Ashley, we had Nando, we have Gillian, Joanne, Eileen. Let me go through before I Chris. We had Pamela. We had we had Shane.
Chantel.
We always have Miss Chantel. We had Emma. Pamela. Gosh, let me go through because I know I have another lady's name here. Oh gosh, somewhere here now. I'll probably just go mad. Oh, we had Joanne as well, and I said Gillian as well. So we are going to say good night. It's an unusual night on a Thursday night, but I'll be on a different show tomorrow night. I think I have a show Saturday night. I'm not too sure just yet.
Are you a guest on a show tomorrow?
Yes.
What show?
In the UK, I'm going to be with Lois. It's a freaky. Oh gosh, it'll kill me if I forget the name of it. But don't make me say it because I forget the name.
So can we look up? Can we find it somewhere online?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's Nick Muley is going to be on it as well, and I know Nick's got well. But it's on tomorrow evening. I will be there.
Nice.
And I think Saturday. I have a show Saturday with Craig Ahern's. On Saturday, he's a film producer. So he's on Saturday with us. So that is it from us for tonight. We're going to get another lem sip. And my fire is lit. Myself and Robin are going to have a wee chat. And we will talk to you all later. Thank you so much for jumping in, for joining us. We will definitely catch up later.
Wait.
Good night. Good night, Sassy. I'll see you in 2 seconds.